All right, we got an extended pregame show today. We'll do this at the beginning of each series this year. A look at the 4-game set with the Blue Jays, the lineups for tonight's game, the starting pitcher, and an update on the farm. Oswald Peraza making some noise. Coming at ya, Yankees pregame show from NYY Recaps. All right, before we get to the Yankee lineup for tonight's game, let's talk about the 4-game set versus the Blue Jays. This is a tough test right out of the gate. The Jays have already scored 20 runs this season in 3 games. They've allowed 23, however. Their starting pitching is actually pretty deep. They're going to throw Alek Manoah in Game 1 of this series. He's a gigantic human being, and he's got filthy stuff. Yusei Kikuchi will also pitch in this series. He's had trouble adjusting to life post-sticky stuff, so watch out for that. Jose Barrios will pitch in this series. He's got one of the filthiest sliders on the planet, another guy that I think Cashman should have tried to pick up last season. But alas, he's pitching against us for the next few years. And their big free agent acquisition, Kevin Gausman, will close out the series on Thursday. Bo Bichette is somebody to watch. He kills the Yankees every time these two teams meet. Vladimir Guerrero is beginning to heat up. He hit a mammoth home run yesterday. The Yankees will be sending out Jameson Taillon for Game 1. Do not like that matchup. Nestor Cortez for Game 2. I like that matchup a little bit better. Garrett Cole is on track to pitch Game 3, and Luis Severino will make his second start of the season on Thursday night against Kevin Gausman. That's my pick for the series. I think that's going to be a really great game, those two matching up. All right, we got the lineup for today's game against the Blue Jays. DJ LeMahieu leading off. He is back out there at third base. Josh Donaldson gets the day off. Anthony Rizzo is at first base. He had a base hit and 2 RBIs last night. Aaron Judge in the 3-hole back in the familiar right field tonight. Giancarlo Stanton, red hot, hitting laser beams all over the ballpark. He is the DH once again tonight. Joey Gallo, my pick to click tonight, had a rough evening yesterday, but he has squared some balls up. He's out there in left field. Gleyber Torres, big double last night. He is at second base this evening. Aaron Hicks had a rough night, left a small village on the bases. He is in center field. Kyle Higashioka once again behind the dish tonight. He will be catching Jameson Taillon. And Marwin Gonzalez gets his first start for the Yankees. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa gets the night off. Look for him to possibly pinch run or come in for defense. Jameson Taillon draws a tough card in his first start of the season against the Blue Jays. He was 8-6 last year in his debut season with the Yankees. Pitched 144 1/3 innings, which is more than I think most people anticipated he would throw, given that he hadn't thrown much in the previous 2 seasons. Just 44 walks, 1.206 whip, or walks and hits per innings pitched, 2.2 WAR. I'd say it was a pretty solid debut for Jameson Taillon. Likes to throw that fastball up in the zone, got a good overhand curveball. We've seen a couple of cutters and changeups from him this spring. It's worth noting also that he had off-season ankle surgery, so down the stretch, he was having trouble with that ankle. He should be healthy now. He was really good last July. He won Pitcher of the Month in July and was just wiping guys out. For me, Jameson Taillon is a wild card. He's a guy who throws in the mid-90s, and he could be dominant on any given night. But over his career, he's been basically a league average pitcher. Still waiting for that big breakout season from Jameson Taillon. Okay, keys to victory in tonight's game. Jameson Taillon is making his first start of the season, as we just said, and he needs to be precise with his fastball. The Blue Jays are a fastball hitting team, and Jameson Taillon is a guy who likes to pump in high spin rate fastballs repeatedly. He likes to pitch at the top of the zone. He's got to be precise. If you miss over the middle of the plate, it's going to be a short night for Jameson Taillon. The Yankees need to hit better with runners in scoring position, obviously. That's assuming that you can even get men into scoring position. Aaron Judge looks like he's heating up. He had some good at-bats last night. He hit some balls hard. I think he's going to be a major factor in this series. He killed the Blue Jays last September. And Giancarlo Stanton looks like he's getting ready to go into one of those long streaks where he's just unstoppable. Last night he picked up 3 hits and everything he touched was scorched. He hit 2 home runs in the series versus Boston. I think that these pitchers better be very careful with Giancarlo Stanton in this series because he can hurt you right now. And the Yankees need to make Alek Manoah work. You saw that the Jays have given up more runs than they've scored. In fact, they allowed 12 runs on Sunday. So if the Yankees can get to Alek Manoah early, make him work, make him come into the zone and don't swing at pitches outside of the zone, get his pitch count up, maybe you can get in that bullpen a little bit early, which is already pretty taxed after yesterday, and you can create some difficult situations for the Blue Jays over these 4 games if you completely wipe out their bullpen. That is what the Yankees should be trying to do. Now, the Blue Jays still have some pretty good starters going out there in this series, but we've talked about how not every pitcher is completely stretched out because spring training was abbreviated and we didn't see guys go very deep into the game during this first series. So getting to the bullpen going to be a major factor and could cause a domino effect for the entire series. So Nostra Derek took the collar for the first time in 2022. My prediction was 2 hits for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That was a miss. He was 1 for 3. That takes the batting average for the season down to .667. And my prediction for tonight's game is that Joey Gallo, Gallo, will go deep for the first time this season. He had a rough night last night, was drawing a lot of the ire of Yankees fans on the postgame, but I think he's going to make up for it tonight. I think Manoah is either going to try and backdoor the slider and leave one out over the plate for Joey Gallo, or he's going to be trying to bury it low and in, and Gallo's going to use that golf swing and put one in the second deck. So Joey Gallo is my pick to click tonight. All right, let's talk about the farm a little bit. Anthony Volpe, Yankees' #1 prospect. 3 games. I'm not going to give batting averages and OPS at this point. It's just too small of a sample size. But he's picked up 4 hits in his first 3 games at AA. A walk, a double, 1 ribby. Oswald Peraza off to a very good start at AAA. 5 hits in 4 games. He went deep in his first at-bat of the season. He's also got a double and a couple of swipes so far. Trey Sweeney went deep. He's at A+. Hudson Valley. I think you might see him advance quickly. He's got a very good swing. So far, 4 hits in 3 games, 2 walks, and he scored 5 runs. Jason Dominguez, the Martian, 3 games so far. He's picked up 3 hits, 1 double, 1 walk. He has struck out 5 times in 13 at-bats, so that strikeout rate still a little bit high, but I think he's going to get better at that as he gets older because he's not that tall. He's got a small strike zone. He swings very hard, but he drives the ball to both sides of the field from both sides of the plate. And I think just with more repetitions, you'll see that strikeout rate go down. And Hayden Wesneski, we saw him in spring training. He had a very nice AAA debut this weekend. 5 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Ken Waldichuk also pitched very well at AA.